With the 9th pick, we'll trade DeMar DeRozan.
Now they definitely trade Lee.
Much anticipated event here in Toronto, the return of DeMar DeRozan for the first time to face the Raptors as a member of the San Antonio Spurs.
If you look in the Raptor media guide, there are so many records that DeMar DeRozan owns. What you can't measure, though, is how much he loved this city and how much this city loved him.
He definitely left his mark in the city of Toronto, and really the reality is he grew up here. Here's a young kid coming out of Compton, learned how to play the game. He couldn't throw the ball in the ocean when he got here. He left one of the best mid-range players, if not the best, in the game. And he has just been a tremendous promoter of the game, of the city, in this country, and it's been special.
You think about the years in which he was here with the Toronto Raptors, Jack, getting drafted 9th overall. And when Chris Bosh left, he said, that's okay, I got us.
He loves the game, he's true to the game, he plays with a pure heart. And then off the court, you're not going to find a finer gentleman who represented what a professional athlete, how he's supposed to carry himself. And I'm just very fortunate, as you are, to have gotten to know him over the years, and I'm very happy for his success. And if you're a Raptor fan, you hope for his success tonight, and you hope for a Raptor win as well.
This city, I would say, especially Raptor fans, the opposition doesn't come to town and get the heroes welcome. I mean, it might take a while. Vince eventually was welcomed back with open arms. Chris eventually was welcomed back. But for the first time for a guy to come back, it's going to be, I think, not only loud, but emotional for a lot of people. And I would imagine for DeMar as well. So for me, even, you try and separate the job for a second. I knew him from the minute he came to town and saw him evolve as a man, let alone as a player, over 9 years. So to see him come with a different uniform on, knowing how much he wanted to still be here and knowing how much he wanted to be a part of this and knowing how tough it was when the deal ultimately went down, I think, you wouldn't be human if it didn't at least affect you a little bit. Whether you're a broadcaster, a writer, a fan, an executive, a coach, a fellow player on the current team, on the former team, whatever it is, I think it's going to be one of those moments that when we're doing this show again 10 years from now or 20 years from now, you're going to reference, where you were when that game happened, when he came to town, and what happened when he first stepped onto the floor, the reaction from the crowd. That's going to be one of those moments in franchise history that people will remember.
Reason the Raptors went out and made that deal was to get number 2, Kawhi Leonard. And this is the first game after the All-Star break. How important is this team right now to make a message towards the postseason?
Well, I think it's really important. This is now you have to make that final drive. And, Kawhi Leonard, there was a reason the Raptors made the move. They felt they plateaued with DeMar DeRozan, and they had to make a change. And it's a two-way change, the defense as well as the offense. And that was a big move by Masai Ujiri. And now with the other changes, it all comes to fruition. You have to put it all together on the floor to make that playoff push.
Stretch run, y'all. Stretch run. Starts tonight.
Let's focus on get back on defense.
We got a bunch of games at home tonight. Let's go out here and do our jobs. Execute the game plan. It's going to be a crazy emotional night, but let's focus on ourselves and how we get better and continue to grow. We got a long run coming. Let's start it now. 1 on 3. 1, 2, 3.
The scene is set for an emotional night here at Scotiabank Arena in DeMar DeRozan's return.
I think walking off the floor hit me more than anything. Just a mixed feeling of, you know what it's like walking off that floor. Whether if it was from a playoff game, from, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Fans, please join the Toronto Raptors in thanking DeMar DeRozan for all he has done for our city and for this team. Thank you, DeMar, for 9 memorable seasons.
The fans don't want it to end. They want to keep the ovation going. DeRozan now back in the huddle.
It's an honor. It's been, practically my whole career here. To come back and, get a reception like that is definitely humbling, beyond gratifying, and I appreciate it.
DeRozan spinning, oh man! Woo! In the air, spinning with the left hand. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Misses the second. No fouls to give. Once, when the double comes, come on, a slam dunk. Lowry coming over to double DeRozan. And Leonard scoops it up. Toronto by 1. And that will do it. Toronto wins it 120-117. They're a perfect 7-0 in the month of February. 44-16. They've won 14 of 15. They're 25 in 5 at home. And when I say 14 of 15, that's here at Scotiabank Arena. Victorious in DeRozan's return.
Compared to yesterday, to breaking up with your girlfriend, really, this that moment when you see her for the first time after y'all break up, your heart jump.
Yeah, you'd be like, damn, she's still fine as hell.
Way to win. Good job. Congratulations. Way to go. Raps. 1, 2, 3. Raps.
Postseason is ultimately going to prove it, but you could make a very strong case that the Boston Celtics are in fact the Toronto Raptors' chief rival as it sits right now. Also, the fact that they sit 2nd and 5th doesn't seem to matter. Many NBA followers still think these are the 2 best teams in the East, and they will likely see each other in the 2nd round, if not further on, depending how everything falls into place. 4th and final meeting of the season of what's been a dramatic series.
On one level, I think it's really important. These teams could easily be on a collision course in the postseason.
I think it's more important for us than it is for them. We're struggling with Philly for that 4-5 spot, and you're getting the home court advantage. You guys are pretty locked in at number 2 and probably will end up going into the last week of the season with a chance of being number 1. So I think the Celtics have more to prove here tonight to themselves that they come out and play, because they haven't won in here in God knows how long.
1, 2, 3, win!
I think psychologically it's important for the Raptors. They're 1 and 2 in the season series. Have lost a couple of close ones. They seem to play well at home. Look, no game in February means anything in April, May, or June. But at the same time, you want to know that your stuff works. And I think psychologically that's important.
Lin darting to the bucket. And he was able to keep Hayward at bay and finish over top. Rozier. Unable to end it.
Good pursuit by Gasol.
Boston 0 of 5 in the quarter. McCall up fake on the 10. 18-0 run. Turnover. Great response by the Raptors. And goal! Coast
Raptors stepped up in a big way, and the crowd showing their appreciation here at Scotiabank Arena.
The Toronto Raptors victorious. Raptors will finish up this 6-game homestand on a Friday against Portland. They finished the season series 2-2 against Boston. They've won 8 in a row here at home against the Celtics during the regular season.
This reminds me of my days at Harvard. But yeah, my trainer and I were just talking on the way here, and he was like, it's crazy to go from where in Atlanta right now it's 60 degrees, and it's like almost like we went backwards in time or backwards in seasons, because all of a sudden we were getting out of the colder time over there, but right now it's like we're in the heart of winter, it feels like. Well, I feel great. I think for me it's just a matter of getting more and more comfortable each day, and I think like there's just an adjustment period that I wish I didn't have to go through, but the reality is for any new team and for any new player, it's just part of what I have to go through. And so at least for me it's nice because there's other guys, like I talked to Mark about it, and Jody is here, and other players, so I don't feel like I'm like all the way alone on it, but this is my first time changing teams in the middle of a season.
Just follow me, guys.
I think the hardest part is, this team is so established. They've had, a blueprint that's gotten them, 45 wins up until this point. And so as a new player, my job isn't to come in and revamp anything. So I'm fitting into an already very established system, but then I need to find ways to bring my strengths into that. And the way that it looks like is very different. And even just coming from Atlanta, like the way that the coach wanted me to play in Atlanta is very different than the way Nick Nurse wants me to play here. And so again, there's an adjustment process of changing my mindset and getting, to a point where I feel like I know what I bring to the table for this specific team in this specific time in the season. And so but that's fun, right? Like that's the fun part about it all. It's a challenge, and that's a super fun part about sports and everything is like you are constantly going through fluctuations and change.
Yeah, baby.
What up? How are you?
Okay, sir. All right. Fresh. I see. I see. You fresh and fly. I know. You know how to do it. I don't want no disrespect. You talk.
Baby, you know how to do it.
My Fuzi style.
Yeah, baby, you're What's up, baby?
How are you?
Freddie. Keno, you know how we do it, baby.
I like that. I had trained a little bit with Kyle when I was actually before I made the NBA, and then I played with Danny in the D League. Besides that, I don't really think I've had any interactions with anybody else or played with anybody else. But I'm starting to get a feel for everybody, and I feel like this team has a lot of high character guys, but a lot of I think there's a good number of personalities in the locker room as well, and so I can see Kyle and Pascal and guys, even Kawhi has like, all these guys have personality, sense of humor, and so it's a lot of fun just to kind of get to know everybody.
Let's go on the stage.
Hold up your phones for a second. I want you guys put your hands together and make some
How hungry are you? How hungry are you? 1, 2, 3. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, girl.
Good. You're so tall.
I know. I heard they lot.
I got thanks.
Yeah, man, you should show it too, though.
How are you?
I love you.
How are you?
You're amazing. I watch every Raptors game.
Oh, thanks so much. You know how we do, you know what I mean? Give me that. Hell nah, Danny. Pick and roll, yeah, P. Oh, come here. Post up. Give me that. Aye, and one. Yeah, P.
Yes. That's a good one.
What's up, boss? How you doing? Good. Huh?
You almost ready to go?
A couple more weeks.
How's rehab, man?
It's good.
Yeah, back soon?
Yeah, hopefully.
Shout out to Open Gym. You already know. 1 year later.
Welcome to Toronto.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're doing really well.
Thank you.
Do you think Toronto or Toronto?
What's that?
Toronto or Toronto?
Toronto.
Toronto.
I don't know. Well, I'm extremely grateful. Going through, I feel like I've had every type of experience in the NBA. I've gotten cut, I've gotten traded, I've gone to the D-League, now known as the G League. Like, I've been through crazy, tough seasons, been to the playoffs 4 times. Like, there's just been a wide range of experiences. I've been hurt for 2 straight years. And so at this point, it's just like each day that I get to continue to do this, like, I just want to be grateful for it. And if at the end of every season or if at the end of every week, I couldn't, honestly say like, man, I enjoyed that, I was grateful for that, then, I'm not sure if that would really be a success on my end, even if we had won or even if I had played well or whatever. Like, if I'm not personally grateful and enjoying that moment, like, I don't really think that I walk away with that much. And so that's something that I definitely want to, continue to reinforce to myself, because, kind of like I shared on social media, man, if we could just take a little bit more time to pause, slow down, and just be grateful for the small things, like, we wouldn't get so lost in what we're trying to achieve or where we're trying to go all the time.
117. Raptors have an opportunity here. Leonard driving for the win. Whistle tonight and get a victory, a hard-fought victory, and they improve to 46-17.